and we're in matching colours. It seems to have happened a few times before. And obviously there's a producer who is obviously taking care of wardrobe before we start doing these. So what have we read? Ecclesiasticus 17, chapter 17, which is lovely, isn't it? So much, it's so beautiful, these ecclesiastical things.
And actually, I think it's the theme that we started. The theme that we started yesterday about God's creation, God's wisdom, manifested in creation. So here, there's a follow-up.
It's so interesting. It's a sort of a declaration of sort of almost like God's plan or intention. He creates human beings out of the earth, makes them return to them, fixed number of days, authority over everything, strength like His own, in His image, fear of them. But a fear, He put a fear of them in all living things, dominion over birds and beasts. It's filled them with knowledge. And it's amazing.
Yeah, and I think again, just like you said this yesterday, but I felt that this bit that we read today is very, very encouraging.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Funny, I'm glad you said that. I felt encouraged.
Yeah.
Amazing. And I also, things like you said, like, and He gave commandments to each of them concerning a neighbour. I thought this is really interesting. One of the things I find recently, I've been just particularly fascinated, is the presence of neighbours in the Bible, and how actually all those people are considered to be, sort of from somewhere else, or Samaritans are actually all so important and parts of our sort of brotherly and sisterly mission here on earth.
And it actually ties in with the sermon that we had on Sunday, because it was about the commandments and loving your neighbor.
Oh right, I need to get back to. I wasn't here unfortunately on Sunday.
Yeah, Nicolette preached.
Oh, it was Nicolette?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, great. Yeah, no, it's a lovely piece that. And it's the works is clear of the sun. It's lovely. And it's interesting, this idea. It was about Israel.
Maybe a bit.
Israel is the Lord's own portion. I thought it was quite interesting.
And even we spoke about it, that Israel can be seen metaphorically.
Yeah, exactly.
The equivalents of the New Testament as.
It's a sort of an idea, isn't it? It's the people that come to know God, sort of live in His nation.
Actually, even the last phrase here, I think it's so beautiful. God encourages those who are losing hope. Yeah. And we can see it.
It's true, actually. It is. It's a lovely last line in that passage. Yeah. It's great.
And I think Vera.
Has Vera added something?
I think Vera.
Every morning prayer. Oh, excellent. It's a reminder both to be grateful, also to reflect. Grateful to be made as such wonderful and powerful creation. It's true, actually. I do. It is wonderful to be part of this creation. It reflects on our ways, on decisions we make in life, whether our decisions bring peace or suffering to others. Yeah, it's a great comment, Vera. Thank you very much. Lovely. Yeah, it's so true. Yeah, to reflect and be grateful. Oh yes, one's alms giving is like a signet ring with the Lord. Yeah, that is good. That's very beautiful. Thank you for pointing that out. Excellent. And let's move on to the Mark. Yeah. So here we go back to very sort of earthly concerns of the last moments.
Yeah, so soldiers mocking Jesus, and then
yeah, exactly, and sort of the savagery of it really is incredible, isn't it? This guy's been sort of put to death. Jesus has been put to death, and there's no sort of respect or time for someone who's waiting to die. They've just sort of being horrid, and it is amazing. And it's also it's interesting how also one of the key things is right at the end is where everyone's saying he cannot save himself. Come on, you saved all these others. You were going to even destroy the temple. In fact, the temple destroying the temple is actually him, isn't it?
Yeah, and it will happen just in a few moments. I mean, after this passage. So yes, this temple will be destroyed, but they don't. At this point, they don't believe it, and this is part of their.
And also, it's all the whole thing about people just don't see and don't believe. He saved others, he cannot save them. Let the Messiah, the kingdom, come down from the cross now, so that we may see and believe. And I always think it's very interesting to see and may believe. It's like if you haven't really believed it and seen it already, this isn't really going to make any difference. It's not about him coming off the cross. It's about you not being able to open your eyes and let the belief flow in. I think it's really interesting that. And it's so interesting. It's that whole thing about things that are before our eyes we sometimes just don't see. Like that. It's about the story of the woman in a friend, colleague from work in the cinema who I literally did not see. Did I tell you that story?
No.
So I was in the cinema, sitting watching a movie, and it was all sold out. And I moved my seat to the front row because I bought it. The only seat I could buy was in the back, and I didn't like sitting in the back. So I found an empty seat, went to sit in the front row. But I thought someone might take my seat. So I'm sitting there, and this woman comes in, and I think, oh, I've got your seat. So I quickly move to the next seat. She sits down. I'm saying, I'm really sorry, it's sick, it's also. And she looks at me. She went, Michael, don't you recognise who I am? Can't you see me? And I went, Julia, you're a colleague. It was a colleague from work who I work with every week, and I know really well. She says, don't you recognise me? And of course it was dark, and it was I was expecting something completely different because I was watching a movie. I was thinking of people need their seats. I'm in the wrong seat. I must quickly move. And then this person came in who I see once a week when I go into teach, and we do projects together, and it was amazing.
Yeah, sometimes they're just.
Yeah, you just don't see what is right in front of your face. And then someone says something and they open your eyes. It's like, don't you recognise me? And it's like, how could I have made such a terrible mistake? Yeah.
And here again, I think we've read other passages that are in line with this. So when people don't believe and they don't want to believe, so they ask for yet another sign.
Yeah, exactly. It's so true. It's like, give me another sign. It's just like, I'm going to put off the moment when I'm going to believe. I'm going to procrastinate on this. And then it's like, just give me another sign. No, I need another sign. It's like, you don't need any more signs. All the signs are there. So, you need to basically open the belief gates of belief, and let the believing flow in. But it is amazing, interesting. But it's a great passage.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And
more to follow. Anyway, you've got to go. You're in a bit of a rush. We've all got busy days ahead. Wonderful to see so many people watching today. It's so nice. Have a great Tuesday, and we have Dima who's just over there. So it's lovely to have so many people in the chapel this morning. Anyway, great. Good to see you, and take care. Bye.